to the Single Be Hard podcast. I am Noelle.
And I'm Monique.
And the purpose of this podcast is to talk about how dating is it's hard in these streets.
It is a struggle in these streets.
We're also going to be talking about singleness and just living our life to the fullest. So, this is our pilot episode, and we're super, super excited that we are here today to talk with you all just a little bit about our experiences and just the different things that we got going on in our lives.
Yes. So we're going to start this first episode off as the main thing is dating, of course, and the dating sites. We know there's lots and lots and lots of dating sites. I've been on a few of them in the past years. Tinder, what else? Bumble,
Facebook dating.
Facebook dating is the new one. You name it, I probably done been. Black people meet.
Match.
eHarmony. Oh Lord.
Fish.
Have you done Christian Mingle?
No, I have not done Christian Mingle.
Me neither.
I don't even know if I want to do that.
So dating I guess I can tell you some stories. I actually got married off of Tinder. I met my last husband off of Tinder. It didn't end up great because he's my last husband, but I mean, I did find somebody I actually married off of Tinder. The new one I guess I've been on is Facebook dating, and it's been a struggle.
Yeah.
Which one have you been on? Huh?
I said I know all about that Facebook dating.
Lord Jesus. I thought I was gonna like it because it's like you can see who the people are your mutual friends with. So I was kind of like, okay, I can kind of judge off like who they're friends with to kind of get their character, but that don't always work because most people just be friends with people and they don't even know them, or you kind of just like but it's not necessarily a good connection of like, oh, I do know this person, he's a good person. So yeah, that was a mistake I made thinking that I can go off that. And we'll get to like more in-depth stories as we go along, but just yeah.
And I've been on Bumble, I've been on Facebook dating, Plenty of Fish, Match, and I think I've been on Black. I was on Black for like a day, and I was like, I'm out.
Nah. How is Match though? Because like that's supposed to be like the top tier dating.
So Match is what I didn't know. Match is like if you're casually dating and you want to see what's out there. From what I'm hearing, eHarmony is more of the focus app, like for those who want to get married. So I haven't tried eHarmony. I've learned this as of late. I didn't know that. I thought Match and eHarmony were kind of like brother and sister, were the same thing pretty much. But I was on Match, and I'll be honest, I'm a little shallow. So if you don't look handsome, if you don't look good at first, sight.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a lot of Black guys on there. There were, a lot of white guys on there. And although I'm not just strictly for, dating Black guys, it
wasn't doing it.
It wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. It wasn't giving what it was supposed to be given. I talked to a couple of guys on Match, but it just didn't go anywhere. It kind of fizzled out. So.
And the Match is the one that they pick the guy for you? Like you're not swiping?
They suggest guys for you, and you are doing the swiping. So if you don't basically like the guy, you can swipe left or right. One of them though, I think it is Match. Like, let's say you're in a swiping habit and you swipe somebody that you didn't mean to swipe, you can like shake the phone, or you can
and it come back
settings and it'll come back. But I think that
most of the apps you gotta like pay for that. Like
yeah. I was about to say you gotta pay for it, and I was paying for it for a while, and then I said, okay,
I think my favorite would be kind of Bumble, because the female has to be the one who who starts the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like that because it did, guys can be creepy. They be like, what they be saying, it kind of be creepy. But for a female to start the conversation, I kind of like that. And then it's like a 24-hour, like if you don't do it in 24 hours or something, it goes away. Right. So I kind of did like Bumble at one point, but I'm still single. I'm still dating, and I've been on these apps. So if y'all have any great dating app stories, let us know, please, so we can have some encouragement on these apps.
Right. And especially, and I hear here and there, I hear some, successful stories of people meeting their significant other on these dating apps. Mm-hmm. Like, I have a friend, and we used to go to church together. We encouraged her to get on Plenty of Fish, and we helped her create a profile and everything. And she met her now husband. They got 2 kids.
What?
Yes. Meanwhile, all of us are like
getting all
these guppies and shrimp and lobsters and all these creatine in the ocean, and we like, oh okay,
we getting all the leftovers,
right? Getting all the leftovers, but it's so interesting to see which apps work for which people.
And I want to know, there's some new ones. It was like Black Gentai. That one was okay. It was I feel like it was for older people, older crowd. But that one seemed okay. That one it didn't seem as bad as like Tinder or whatever. But maybe we should just do an experiment and see. Like, you go on an app that we haven't never been on, and I go on it, and we kind of just see what we get. I think we should do that. Yeah, so we're gonna update y'all next podcast on that.
Yes.
We also are going to be doing books. So me and Noelle have this one book we've read or been reading. It's called Sis, He Been Lying to You, or Sis He Lying?
Yeah, Sis, He Lying.
Or
He's Lying, Sis.
Yeah, he's lying. I'll put the book up and like a picture of it. But get that book, because next week or next month we're gonna talk about it. Because when I tell you he throwing out gems and secrets, it's not just a regular dating book. It's a very book of you gonna find out some stuff and be on the you're gonna be in the know when you talking to these dudes and how and what the games they be playing.
Yes.
It is by, we should have had the
Stephan Labossiere.
We're gonna have all the information put up for y'all.
Stephan,
again, this is our first episode, so we're just trying to give a glimpse of like how we're gonna do. So basically, we're gonna have lots of topics on dating, and we're gonna encourage our audience. Please give us the topics. Please let us know what you want us to talk about. Of course, we'll have our own. We're gonna have stories. We're gonna have stories from different people, our own personal stories on dating. Some what the moments.
Yeah. Because we got, and I may need to go all the way back to 2016, 2017. I'm gonna be like, Sophia, Golden Girl, say it's 2017.
We gonna have all the receipts we need to let y'all know about these men's out here.
These
men's. So first, also, like, Noelle hit me up on Instagram, and this is how it all started.
We should talk about that. Yes. So I have been single for a while, and I'm always trying to improve myself, because I know that it starts with us, right? As single people, we have to be whole. We have to develop our own self. And so in this season of singleness, I've always tried to watch, listen to podcasts, watch videos, especially watch videos on YouTube videos where you have married couples giving advice and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So I've been a fan of, the Love Hour for years. I've been a fan of, Kev on Stage, Miss Kev on Stage, and other successful couples. So what was interesting was from time to time, I've been like, man, like when I watch the Love Hour, like, they should talk more about singleness. But then I would catch myself and say, but they ain't single. So, you know, they've been married for so many years. So they're going to talk about what they know. So fast forward to this year, I love watching YouTube. I love watching podcasts. So I was watching Gin and Juice. And it was interesting because I just did a hard stop on dating apps in December. Like I had to take a sabbatical. It was too much. It was like another job. So and when you don't meet your person, you know, you got to start over and you know, what do you like to do and all of those questions, and it just gets tiring for a while. So I was just like, let me take a break. So anyway, fast forward to this year and watching Gin and Juice. And they were talking about how their sister Monique had like some horror stories with dating. And I was like, man, well, I have horror stories with dating. I said, there needs to be some sort of like video podcast or what have you to where people are talking about these common experiences. So that's where I reached out to Monique on Instagram. And I was like, I mean, they're talking, you know, Kev on Stage and Miss Kev on Stage is, you know, they've written a great book about marriage be hard. So I was like, there should be something like singleness be hard or single be hard because, I mean, you know, it is hard. It's a struggle out here.
Hard
so,
in these streets.
and it kind of just evolved from there in terms of, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do this. Let's, you know, and so me and Monique have been just talking back and forth about what we can add. And it's just been, you know, I think it's been a very authentic and natural conversation, which I love. And it helps that, you know, we're around the same age and have common experiences, although we do have different experiences, which I believe adds to the richness and will add to the richness to our conversation. But you know, it just evolved and flowed. And so I've been excited every time we talk, every time we text, because it's like, oh yeah, like we should do that. You know, like it's not forced. It's natural. So
yeah, everything's been genuine. Everything's been natural. She hit me up. Of course, I had to do my investigation, make sure everything was legit. And I was like, okay. The crazy thing, like she said, there's so much stuff with her in common. Like we're both educators. She has her doctorate degree. She's a whole doctor out here, girl. And I'm doing the journey of it. I'm gonna be there.
That's right.
So Black girl power over here. So it's just like we're educated Black women. We out here doing the thing, but we struggling in these single streets. And so I'm like, I'm struggling. And of course, my sisters are married. So there's only so much stuff they can tell me. And there's only so much stuff they can relate to me. And sometimes it gets kind of like lonely because it's kind of like I'm the only one who's not married. Even out of my friends that we grew up with, I'm the single one.
Right.
I just got a divorce a few years ago, so I went back into the dating scene, and I'm the opposite of Noelle. She stopped dating. I went into 2023 like I want to date. I want to get in these streets. I want somebody. And let me tell you, from January up until now, send a prayer. Send all the prayers and angels.
Hold on, the guys and changing hand.
Because I'm gonna need some. God's gonna have to sit on my bed, take my face like this, and say, "This is yours."
Yeah.
Because I'm tired.
Yeah.
I am tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
I've told my friends, God's gonna have to be like, "All right, sis, that's you right there."
Like, bring him to my house, holding your hand, God. Like, this one's yours. Right. Specifically yours. With flashing lights, some arrows.
I know.
Because listen, I'm tired. For real. I'm tired. I'm tired, guys. And I know y'all out there, y'all gotta be tired too, because listen, the audacity of some of these men's.
And that's how my patience was getting short. Like I was just like, you know, guys would reach out and sometimes, you know, not to dog men or all men or whatever, but when guys reach out and they're with I'll say interesting game. I won't say whack game. I'll say interesting. How about that? It's just like, okay, left or no. Yeah, like I just felt my patience getting thinner.
Oh
So
yeah.
now, like I let me go
And
ahead.
you try, like I try, you know, you know, with the dating apps, you see the pictures and the profile, and then you see like, you know, what the interest is, and then you know, you scroll through, see everything, you be like, okay, you know, let me swipe maybe. Then you start talking, and then it's kind of like when you meet in person, it's just like, that's not what you said. That's not what we was talking about. And then later on, they really switch it up, and now you just be like, okay. I literally go on these apps and I'll go for like maybe a month, and then I literally delete my profile. And if you ain't, by time that everybody who done got my number, I done stopped texting. I don't even care about the conversations no more that's on the app. I delete it. I might get bored like 3 months more down the line and go to a different app or reopen the app. And the thing is, like, what's really discouraging is like I'll go on one app, don't, you know, delete it, and then go on a different app and be seeing the same dudes. Like,
yes, that's something else. I saw several of the same dudes on Match, Facebook dating, and I would be like, is it just me, or either I already saw this guy on this app or I saw this guy on another app? And I've had situations where the guy will reach out to me on both apps. And now listen.
my recent one, I was on Bumble like years ago, and the guy reached out to me, and we actually went on a date and everything. And I don't know, I guess our interest wasn't connecting, so we just didn't go out again. Mm-hmm. So then recently, maybe this was probably like, it's more than 4 years ago, because my baby is 4 and it was before I had my baby, so it was more than 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. So recently we go on there, and we go on Facebook dating, and he, you know, likes me, so I like him back. And then I knew who he was. Of course, my hair is different. I got a haircut today, guys. It's cute.
Yes.
But I had dyed my hair red and all that stuff. So of course, you know, everything's different. But I was just like, I was like, you know, we talked before. And he was like, really? And I guess he goes and looks through everything. He's like, oh yeah, how you been? You know, conversation. But at the end, it's kind of like, yeah, we're not even gonna, it's not gonna go nowhere. I literally like just deleted the whole conversation. Like, we're just not even gonna do this again.
Right.
But I'm like, you don't even remember. Well, that does say, like, you know, from back then and now. Obviously, I'm his type because he did swipe both times. But it's like, you don't even remember, like, you talked to me before, and now you just swiping again. Like, he literally just didn't remember. And then when I reminded him, it was like, oh yeah, I do remember you. But yeah. So I guess men are probably having a hard time too. Obviously, they still single men. Y'all struggling too? Because
I would love to hear their stories. I would love to hear their stories via about being on these dating apps and their experiences. I saw, like, some of the apps that I was on, like, I would see the guy say, like, I don't want this type to talk to me or this type to inbox me. And it's like, who are you, like, attracting? Like, who is reaching out to you in your inbox? So I would be interested to see, you know,
what their thing. I could say, let me see, what's another story? I did one. Okay, so like on, I guess Facebook dating, because that's like my recent one. The dude would reach out and you be like, hey, how you doing? You know, good, fine. And then they send this long paragraph, and you know it's copy and paste. And so I'm the, I don't want to say dumb one, but I'll be the like, did you copy and paste this? Like, this would, I know you didn't type this out in that fast. So you're literally copy and pasting. One dude got so mad at me, like, why you think I'm copying and pasting things? Obviously, you're insecure. You never had a guy be straightforward to you, blah, blah, blah. N-word. All I said What did you copy and paste?
That's all
Why am I insecure about asking if you copied and pasted this long paragraph and it's literally like, my name is so-and-so and you look like a queen and I want to take you out. So if you need to do this and about like, it's a copy and paste.
Too much. Just calm down.
And I was like, I just asked if it was copy and paste because, you know, you're not the only guy who's done this to me. And at this point, I was just like, is this the new thing? Y'all copy and pasting. Oh, obviously you ain't used to a real man. So blah, blah, blah. And then he like blocks me. Okay, that's fine. I didn't want you anyways.
Thank you, God.
Obviously you don't like to be questioned because all you had to do is say yes or no.
Side note, I I don't know where I met this guy, but I definitely went on a date with a guy, and we were talking about previous relationships. And I was like, "Oh, why'd you break up with your girlfriend?" He was like, "Oh, because I don't like to be questioned." I was like, "I'm sorry, what? Check, please. You don't like to be questioned,
sir." I mean, that's a little yeah,
interesting. But I will say,
red flag.
Right, red flag. I will say that I'm last year, while I was on the dating apps, I was much more quicker to discern whether it won't go work or not. And I think when I was on Bumble years ago, I didn't have that same discernment. So last year I had a quickness of this ain't gonna work, you know, because I'm not gonna get tied up with somebody and you're already showing me red flags.
Red flag, yeah.
Because I've been in that relationship or situationship where you in it and I was in a situationship with somebody I met on Bumble. So I was the one who kind of led that, started that. But it was just off and on for like 4 or 5 years.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, I'm not doing that again. So if it don't work, I'm out.
But
I would say I could probably get on Bumble now because now I have less patience for like foolishness. So if you're not, if you talking crazy, I'm out.
See, and my thing is this year I went into, I have a preference, and most of the time I'm like nice, and even if a guy doesn't fit the preference, I'll be like, okay, maybe, you know, I'll see how it works. But this year I was just like, I want what I want. If I want tall, I'm gonna get me a tall. If I want this age, so I literally was, nope, you don't match it. Nope, too short. Nope, da 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 da. Then I got, you know, some ones that okay physically, and I learned not to put a lot on my introduction because, you know, I learned about narcissists and stuff, and they like to read into that. And that's how they kind of like try to fit the mold of like what you want and stuff. So I'll just put like ask me or get me out the house or something like that. So I had one guy, I mean, first thing he was just like, which you like playing pool? And I was like, never played pool, but I'll learn. So he was like, well, you know, let's go play pool. What's that up? Whatever. So we talked a little bit, and then, you know, I give it a few days, and if I feel like, okay, you keeping my attention, you get to go to the phone. Got him on the phone. Then he wanted to talk about sex. Like,
how did we get here?
We just talking about pool, going on a date, going to shoot some pool, and then because you get on my phone, now you want to be like, what's this? And how you do this? And what's your fantasy? And like, literally, I was just like, ha ha ha, why? So I like stopped talking to him. But he was a little persistent on the other stuff. So I was just like, okay, let me give you another chance. And then this is going to be.
Right. That's a ticket. That's a ticket. That's if we start talking about that out of nowhere, yeah, it ain't gonna work.
It's like, why? You know, and I mean, I ask questions. I don't care. Sometimes men hate it, but I be like, why would you start off asking that? He's right. Well, if you know, I guess certain things he wanted within a female in that aspect that kind of helps him weed him out or whatever. But I was just like,
but we were talking about pool.
Yeah. So I mean, like, you know,
like playing pool.
Not like of course I did not, I will say the first time we were supposed to go out, I canceled off some. I don't want to go out with him or whatever. But like I said, after that, like a few weeks, he was like persistent, like, hey, I still want to take you out and stuff. So I ended up going out with him. And when I tell you, this has been the most rockiest Six Flags roller coaster, all the flags of the last 6 months of my life. If I can go back and take it back, I would. And I would. So yes, I'm still single. Yeah. I'm still dating, trying to date. I'm trying to, I don't want to go on no more websites. I don't. But I will, but I don't.
All right. Well, I think that, like, I like the idea of us both going on a different site just to give our experiences and talk about pros, the cons. And now that I've had kind of like a break, and kids about to be out of school, it's about to be a little lighter at work. I think now would be the perfect time to do that.
Well, I gotta amend it. Because as of right now, I am talking to this guy, and he's actually kind of good. So you guys will go on the journey of my dating this guy. Okay. And we'll go on the journey of her going on a different, like a website and meeting a guy. So we'll do that. My journey of like dating a guy on Saturday, actually, this the day y'all gonna watch this, I'm going to an all-white party with him. So it's our first like little like we've been to dinner and stuff, but this is like our long like interaction where we'll be in each other's spaces for a long time. Dinner might be like an hour or so, but this is gonna be a few hours. So this is gonna be our first like actual introduction and stuff like that. So I'm excited. Hey. So we're gonna go into Monique's newfound dating person and Noel's going on dating sites. Well, one dating site.
1,987,000 time.
We're gonna get you. We're gonna pray. God gonna send us both. We're gonna be delivered from the singleness. Right. And if we're not, we're just gonna be encouraging.
That's right. And while we're single, we're going to maximize it. And we're going to just do, continue to reach our goals. And like, Monique wants to, get her dissertation, and I'm trying to figure out what my hobbies are. And
we're gonna give the tricks and the encouragement and the books and the reflection and the everything singleness we're gonna encompass, and we're gonna make it a good thing and not just, it's hard in the streets, but we in it together.
Yes, that's right. And
we're gonna be in the streets together.
Yes, and I know that we know that there are people out there who have stories, and they want to tell their experiences. So please send that to us so that we can share your stories. We know you have stories.
We need to hear.
Yes,
y'all. We need to relate. We're gonna be a community, and we need to be together. So yes, I need to know I'm not alone in this craziness that I'm going through. And we need to know Noel's not alone on the dating sites that she's about to go.
I need some help on which sites to go on.
Yes. So even if y'all have some good stories, we need to hear them. So I have a few already in my inbox that we're gonna go through and kind of read when it comes up, if it fits topics and stuff. So if y'all like, again, have some, we're gonna every episode ask y'all for stories and stuff. I know we got some crazy ones. But basically,
do I need to go on farmersonly.com? I mean,
who should go on sugardaddy.com? Get you a sugar daddy, girl. Get you a sugar daddy so we can go on some trips.
Hey,
the sugar daddies be looking, what they called? They're called something. The gray foxes with the beard.
Oh my side note, let me tell you something. Them men, they be dressed up. Them gray foxes. Oh, they don't play.
Here is a tip. If men are watching this, keep that gray salt and pepper.
Don't.
Keep it.
Not one.
We love it. We love it.
Don't do it.
We love it. But we gonna have a whole journey. And experience with this. So we're gonna recap. Dating sites are dumb. Singleness is hard. And we're gonna give y'all the book, Sis, He Lying to You. We're gonna have that in the comments and stuff so y'all can catch up and we can talk about it. And our next topic, we're gonna go ahead and put it out. What we're gonna talk about next time so y'all could be aware of what we're gonna talk about. I don't know if we want to go deep yet.
We can keep it light this time.
Yeah, let's keep it light. We looking at this.
Do we want to do at this moment?
We can do at this moment, like right now. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. We are kind of already did at this moment. At this moment, you are gonna do.
Yes. Yes. I'm going to, I needed to do my research first. I haven't been on Tinder. I haven't been on eHarmony.
Don't go on Tinder.
Nope. Okay. Well, there he is.
Try the Black Gentry, GNTRY. It's a new one. I seen it on TikTok. I went on it and I think I didn't go out with this dude, but he seemed okay. He was older, and there was red flags, but it was just kind of like simple stuff that I personally, but he didn't seem too bad. But I just wasn't ready. But it didn't seem as bad. It's a new one, a new dating site I seen on TikTok. I think you might want to try that one.
I'm gonna try it.
It's new, and and I actually didn't see the same guys on that. I seen a different variety of guys on that one.
I'm gonna try it. So next time we meet, I'm gonna tell you about my initial experiences with Black Gentry.
Yes, and next time we meet, I will. So we're gonna try to do every first Saturday. What? No, we in the middle, are we? Nope. We'll do first Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. So every first Saturday, we're gonna put out an episode. I'm gonna tell y'all about my all-white experience party with the guy. And actually, about time the next episode, we're gonna be going to DC. We're gonna take a whole DC trip. My first little trip with a guy, truthfully.
Okay.
I know. I never went on a trip with just a guy. I was always with my kids. So this is actually new for me. I'm kind of excited. So y'all get to get all this. I'm excited about my whole dating experience. Of course, he ain't gonna be revealed. We're gonna keep that secret.
Right.
Until one day I'll do a whole TikTok like the boo reveal.
Look, what is it called? Like a soft rollout.
A soft rollout of him. Y'all get a hand first.
Right.
Maybe a shoulder.
And not even a hand, maybe a fingernail.
There was a girl recently who had pictures of her and her boyfriend, and she she cut out his face on all the pictures. So it's like they went on a trip and she literally cut his face out because she didn't want nobody to see what he looks like. But I was reading the comments and this one lady was like, "Oh, I did that until I got married." So me being nosy, I went on her page. The girl literally had emojis on all her pictures with her boyfriend. And then when they got married recently is when she had no pictures. I was like, I don't know if I could do that because that's a long process.
Seems like a
lot. But y'all just gonna get little snippets of him, no face, until I know
just do that. Why do you have to? I don't know.
I'm gonna have to show you. She literally, it was just a blur of her face, and then the other girl literally just had emojis over all her pictures of her dude. And then when they got married, it was kind of like, oh, here he is. I thought that was funny. We that stressed, guys, that we got to blur out faces to make sure.
That kind of stuff be making me mad. It just be making me just don't show them. Just say or do a soft launch. That's what I was thinking. A soft launch of his hand or whatever.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do soft launches. So all white is gonna be me and maybe his hand.
That's right.
I'm gonna get a picture of me all white because I'm gonna be killed. But y'all, and no identifying y'all ain't getting no tattoos of him or nothing. Y'all just. And then when I'm ready, I'll be like, ta-da, here's the boo.
Look, in the words of Tabitha Brown, stay focused. Stay focused on me. Don't worry about him.
On everybody else. All right, so we're gonna do the book. We got my dating experience, her dating website experience, and I think our next topic is, because I want, if y'all listening, hopefully we get some supporters. Dating with kids. I think that's a good next topic, because you got kids, I got kids, and we can all talk about how do we navigate dating with kids. Because truthfully, my experience in the last few guys I've dated, they've had their kids living with them and not with the mom. So like, I've literally been dating single dads. I don't know why I've attracted, like, the last, I want to say 4 dudes have had their kids, and a lot of them are girls. Like, they've had their daughters living with them. And
see,
so
now I don't have kids. I mean, if you want to count the kids I see every
you
day,
don't have kids?
I
I
do
didn't
not
know
have
that.
kids.
You got
So
a bunch of kids.
I got
You're principal.
That's right. I got 225 kids, but I don't have any kids, but I have dated guys with kids.
So that's another thing.
So, and
navigating dating a guy with a kid, I can navigate having kids and also dating.
right.
This is a good different perspective. I didn't know. Look, I did not know. I guess I'm thinking, listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I have, I claim my niece and my nephew as my kids. So
They are your kids. My niece and nephews are mine too.
But yeah, that's a very that's a whole podcast in itself, because it's just a whole podcast.
Yeah, so that'll be next month.
Yeah, I have so many experiences with that.
Good. And I want to hear them, and I want to hear like their perspective, and how do you feel, and when should you meet the kids, and when should the kids come to, all that stuff. So even as audience, if y'all have experiences or your perceptive or whatever, actually we're gonna start a Facebook page.
Yes.
So we can start having ongoing dialogue also. So that's gonna come out. So again, if you want to email us your stories, is singlebehard@gmail.com.
Singlebehard
Sorry, singlebehardpodcast@gmail.com.
That's
and right. You can reach me at Monique DED on Facebook, and give me some more one on TikTok and on Instagram.
And you can reach me at Free and Focused on Instagram. And you see my name at the bottom on Facebook. And I'm on TikTok too.
We got to get her a TikTok. She got to be more of a TikTok talker.
Yeah, I know. I'm on it, but I don't talk.
You got to, because when you be going on your dates, you got to get ready with me.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Get ready with me.
You got to do all that. Y'all, I'm going to do a good ready with the white party. She got to do.
Oh, yeah, you got to do that. I'm excited to see that.
I'm about to be, my daughter tried my dress on. She's like, Mom, you look like a goddess. I'm like, okay. Got the fresh cut. It's going to be, I'm a little nervous, but it's going to be great.
And you got the white glasses.
I know. Well, this is one of my glasses. I probably ain't gonna wear glasses that day.
Okay.
But yeah. I got like 50,000 glasses. I'm addicted to glasses. But all right.
That's something else we need to talk about too, is like, where do you go? This is another topic, is like different places to go on dates, because I'm in Greensboro, and I've been here for years, so there's only so many places you can go. But when you have big cities like Charlotte, it's almost like overwhelming as to where you go. So also, that would be a good topic or topics to talk about if we want to share some dating places.
Places, or just to create them. I mean, living in Columbia, I'm in South Carolina, Columbia. There's been some I try to do unique dates. So like, that is actually a good topic on like unique dates and things to do in your city. So like, we can do a whole thread on like what city and what they can do or whatever. And yeah, we can talk about that later. Yeah, that'll be another. Okay.
The topic just evolving.
We just evolving. But yeah, so next Saturday in July, you will see us again with the topic of dating with kids, how to navigate dating with kids. Please get your books. She had been lying to you. I'm gonna have it in the comments. And remember to bring us your different topics, especially with kid related ones, because that we can read them. And if you have a what the moment,
and we know you do,
because we probably got, yes, I have lots of it. And so that is it. And if you have dating app stories, still tell us, because we can do like a recap section of like recap from last episode and give y'all some stuff. But thank you for listening. Thank you for being a supporter of our first ever episode. We want this to be great. We're gonna work on actually being together. We just gotta be separate for a little bit. We're gonna bring up some like single dates and stuff like that. Yeah. If you guys see my phone, you'll see why I'm making this face. So let's all right, have a good day. Bye.